How you doing today?
Good morning, good morning.
Good.
Corey Brown.
Brian Bowman, I spoke to you on the phone.
Yes, I'm glad that we could take some time this
You
morning.
find everything all right today?
I sure did. I appreciate your time.
Well,
What you got there?
I brought you a new season-fitting cap for the Washington Redskins with our upcoming season.
Okay, perfect. Very
Yeah,
nice.
absolutely. Get a little excitement going, make you think about, the little football action. You missing football yet?
I am missing football a lot. I'm just ready for the season, and also, with the Super Bowl, we get it started, we get it party.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's always a big party around here. So I know you work for a large corporation.
Yes.
And so how many local salespeople do you have in the general area?
We have about 6 or 7 that are top notch. We have a lot of little, quote unquote minions that we have though. But other than that, we have 6 or 7 that are top notch that goes out and gets the job done.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. And each one of those salespeople, how many key accounts do they deal with on a yearly basis?
We actually have a lot. With being a big corporation, they handle about 3 or 4 a piece.
Okay.
And then also with the smaller group too as well, they handle about 2 or 3.
Fantastic, doing a lot of good business out there, as I've heard from the community.
Yes, definitely.
What's the average size of one of those big accounts that you guys hold?
Not to go into too much detail though, but we have a pretty big account that brings in a lot of business.
Okay, fantastic. And then on that similar note, how important is new business to you and your salespeople?
Oh man, we love new business. The more the merrier is one of our slogans. We want to make sure that the more relationships that we build, the better for our business. So the more that we bring in, the more revenue, and then the more relationships to take over the city.
Yeah, absolutely. So on that kind of note again, new business is important to any kind of corporation, of course. Do you guys have a strict plan outside of the marketing and traditional advertising budget that you allow to grow your business on a yearly basis?
We will have to say that our main strategic plan is the marketing and the promotion and getting everything out there. We haven't ventured out into anything new, but we're always open for new ideas.
Fantastic. So why we're here today, Corey, is I believe that when working in a big company like that, from my previous experience before I became the general manager over here for the Washington Redskins, we realized that our employees, our salespeople, they do all our groundwork. We may call the shots, but they do our groundwork. So what we're trying to incorporate in this year's season tickets is an opportunity for corporations like yourself, only the best, to come in and provide more of like a retreat and team building experience for not only just your employees and your salespeople, but also potential clientele. Does that sound like something you might be interested in?
I'm a little interested in. We're just trying to make sure that whatever that you're trying to get to us is that make sure the whole company would like, because we're all a team with no I in team. So whatever, I know I'm the head honcho, but whatever that I want to do, I want to make sure everybody else wants to do as well.
Okay, so how effective do you think that 3 to 4 hours a game would affect your business in a positive light if you could bring potential clientele and your salespeople out there?
I think that it will be really effective because I want to make sure that all of our clientele just have a fun experience. Everything that we do, we want to make sure that we want to have the whole limelight for everybody.
Sure. So as you know, within 16 games in a season, we're going to have 8 home games. Mm-hmm. And would that be something that your company would be able to do on Sunday and maybe a Thursday night?
I think we would, but what do you think about all the racist stuff that's been going on with the Redskins? Don't you think that'd be a little controversial for my clientele to go to be in that light?
Yeah, absolutely, and we hear that all the time, and we're trying our best. We are working with the National Football League, and we're trying to figure out the best avenue and course of action to go forward with our team logo. However, we're not trying to offend anybody. We're all here to have a good time, have a couple beers, and watch football. And Corey, that's sound like something you might like to do.
I think that I would like that. Get away from the wife a little bit and just relax a little bit.
Oh, fantastic. And would it be asking too much to send your salespeople out for an evening or afternoon game with maybe some clientele. Would that be too much?
That wouldn't be too much. I think it'll be good for them because they build the relationships and those top-notch people that I told you about earlier. Then they can build that relationship because basically lately we've been to basketball and soccer games, but we haven't been to a football game yet.
Okay, so now if we provide that top-notch experience for those clientele that are coming in, how many of those top-notch clientele do you think are going to become customers based on the experience that they provide on the outing with your salespeople?
I think the vast majority will be able to be customers, depending on what their reaction is. But we always stay positive.
Okay, so Corey, what I got for you today is I have our new private corporate suites. And what they do is they can sit from 20 to 30 people, and they provide the full amenities. You'll have a butler that will take care of, or a server more like, that will take care of your whole facility, your whole private box. You'll have your own personalized TVs. It'll be right between the 40 and the other 40-yard line at midfield, looking directly down on the field with stadium seating, but it's all enclosed, heat and air conditioning controlled. And it's really a fantastic facility. Now I know you have only the salespeople, but you do have quite a few employees, as I've read about your company.
We sure do. Even though we are a huge company, and a lot of the money is driven through a lot of different avenues that comes in. We are very strict budget whenever it comes to doing new ideas, unless it's like key point that we want to do. So how do you think that this is going to help us, and also with the right price, get us new clientele and new and new business for my company?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So now we do have the big box, and that's a corporation of your status. That was the one I wanted to tell you about first.
Perfect.
But don't worry about it. We can move on. There is a similar box that is in the end zones, and that box holds 10 to 20 people, and that one's right around half price of the larger box.
Perfect.
So instead of that 80,000 a season, you're looking more at about 36,000, 37,000 for that whole season for those 8 games. And like I said, this still comes with the butler. All the food's included. I wanted to throw that perk in late just to get you thinking.
Perfect.
All the drinks are included, and we got your own personalized bars in both of them. And I think that experience with being able to hold so many people in those boxes, you'll be able to not only bring your clientele, but the clientele can then bring their families.
Perfect.
And then we can, we can even, maybe block off a little section with like a little meeting room, and you guys can maybe talk a little business in there if you want to get away from the wives and the kids. But that would be something where we could do that for you guys, so that it could be family oriented as well as business oriented.
That's great. With the business oriented mind that I have, I would like to see a little bit of documentation that see your other past clients that you dealt with, see what their experience was like.
Absolutely. So on the top here is a testimonial from one of our other corporations that we've worked with in the past. They bought a bigger box.
Okay.
On the bottom here is another testimonial, and they bought a smaller box, and this is just about the financial gains they received, as well as how much fun they had being a Washington Redskins fan.
Okay, perfect. I'll have my colleague and associates look this over, and then it looks it looks good to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So now, you do believe that this is beneficial for your company, right?
I do believe this is beneficial, and then from what the approach that you gave me, I think it's something that we can do.
Absolutely. So the tickets are flying fast. You want to do the big box or the small box today?
Well, since we're a good company, you know what the old saying goes. I'm old school, so go big or go home, right?
Absolutely. So would you like to put that on the American Express or the debit card today?
Let's get the American Express company card.
Okay, I'll start filling out the paperwork and we'll get you started. Welcome to the Washington
All right.
Redskins team.
Thank you very much for your time, sir.
All right, thank you, Corey. Have a good one.
You too, bro.